I guess getting back to the rivalry, do you think the separation is sort of prevented from being taken in the same breath as the Egg Bowl, the Iron Bowl, in terms of the great college football rivalries?
No, I don't know. On the national stage, I've been involved in the Alabama-Auburn game, and I understand that nationally they get a little more TV, a little more pub. I think when our two programs keep improving and we start having things riding on it other than bragging rights, and it'll get that way. And that's what I'd love to see. I'd love nothing more than to play Clemson University in the 12th ball game of the season, and both of us be undefeated and have something nationally riding on it. It hadn't happened very much, in these two schools. But I'm just saying, growing up here, I know what it means to the supporters of these two schools. I've worked up there and I've worked in Carolina, and I know how important it is to the people who support these programs. And I don't want our players to think that they're indebted to anybody, but I want them to understand when you play this game, you put it all out there because these are the people that really support you and the reason you're here on scholarship.
I think, Coach, walk-ons are something like 49 South Carolina players on the roster. Does that help it matter more to those kids? Is that a part of it?
Well, I would think an in-state kid would obviously have more understanding of it. But it really boils down more to the fact that since we've ended up in separate conferences and a lot of different things have factored into it, the recruiting is the thing that has separated the two schools from each other. And the fact that the only time we really go head-to-head is when we're on the field on Saturday. It used to be a 365-day-a-year battle. And what's happening now is more kids want to play in the ACC or want to play in the SEC, or they want this type of environment, they want that type of environment. And in fact, the number of players that actually take an official visit to Clemson or take an official visit to the University of South Carolina and then end up signing at one of those other schools is very few.
Given the importance of this rivalry, are you surprised South Carolina hasn't won 2 in a row since 1970?
Well, I remember when I first got here, and I was at a nice dinner with some supporters, and one of them was telling me what had happened over the previous 8 years, and I really hadn't noticed. I've been at the Citadel, been in Alabama, been at Mississippi State, and had my own problems, my own battles to fight. But it has been kind of unusual, very unique. All we can do is try to make sure that it starts the other direction. We do our best to get a streak going the other way.
Coach, how do you address the depth issues, especially coming up with these two big games you've got ahead of you?
Well, there's not much we can do now other than hopefully we get a good report tomorrow. Excuse me. Hopefully we get a good report tomorrow, on any kids that got banged around or bumped. And we don't have any missing. I don't think there's anything we're going to be able to do in 5 days. There's nobody coming back on the roster that has been out for a while. Some of these kids have stepped up and played very well, and we have to continue to have confidence in them. That's just football. That's part of football. When a player gets his opportunity, and you're going to get it in this game because there are going to be injuries, he's got to step up and make plays.
Last one.
But I think, we've proven we're okay. We've lost a few guys that could make a few plays, but I think the guys that have stepped in have done a pretty good job.
You mentioned kind of getting the thing turned back around in the Clemson Series. Is this school as equipped as it's been, do you think, in a long time to do that with talent and just whatever else it takes to do that?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question we're heading in the right direction. Our production this year has proven it. We've had a couple of pitfalls and ones we'd like to take back, but Clemson has too. Clemson's made progress. Both of these programs, when you look at it nationally, the financial commitment, the stadiums, the support, it's just really unique, in this state. The two universities can have that kind of support in major college football the way we do. So while we're making progress, they certainly are too. And I think you can kind of throw it all out the window though. And Monday, no matter what we've done and no matter what they've done, and I really haven't heard what they did today, but I can bet you over the next 5 or 6 days, you can forget about the records and forget about who's had problems with this, that, and the other, depth charts, red zone, all that'll be a moot point. It's going to be tough for us to go up there and win in Death Valley, and hopefully we'll have a great week of practice. And if we do, I got confidence in our kids, we can get it done.